Welcome everyone to the Real Whovians cast, episode 283. I am your host, Matrix Lord 212, and I'm with Brian. What's up, Brian?
What's that?
What's up, Mike D?
Hello, everyone.
What's up, Tim?
What's up?
Okay, guys, I'm going to show you, and here we go, spoilers. I'm going to show you some pictures of Deep Breath, Doctor Who's Series 8, Episode 1. Let's do it. Tell me if you guys can see it. Okay.
Oh yeah, I saw those pictures.
Okay, Brian, well. Okay.
But
There you go with the echo bit. There's Vastra. Brian, you're echoing again, man.
I am?
Clara. Yep,
Let me get my headphones, I'll be back.
please. Okay. Just Clara.
Always bring your headphones.
Yeah. Pretty cool pics, right?
Yeah,
I think so.
why not? It's only 4 weeks away, ain't it?
That's right. Pretty cool. Awesome stuff.
So did we ever find out if they leaked the Dalek episode?
They did.
Uh,
Well,
no.
if they did, it got stunted somewhere along the way.
Yeah.
Some eager fans, joined up and said, "No, we're not going to have this," and they cut it off.
Yeah. I'm also going to show you screen share. This is Sci-Fi Now, I believe. Pretty cool. All over the place, pretty cool.
Yeah, he's on the cover of Entertainment Weekly also this week.
Yes, I got that too. Hold on a
I
second.
tend to, go with WEAKLY, but oh well.
Where's my thing?
Is that better?
I don't
So
know.
far. Capaldi seems to have a bit more of a photogenic presence, if you will, more so than Matt Smith.
Really? I wouldn't say that.
Really?
I'd say they're on the same level, pretty much. I mean, they're both photogenic.
Well, no,
I
I meant Capaldi's look, like he's got more of a, cut straight to you sort of look.
Yeah. No, I'll give you that.
There we go.
You know, like Tom Baker.
He's
had
always
that
doing this,
look.
he's always doing like.
Yeah, it's kind of like he's got that. It's like Tom Baker had that look more so than like Peter Davison. The kind of look, like that look in my eye sort of thing.
They even say the Master's coming back. Look at that.
Where?
Right there, it says Daleks.
No, they have a question mark at the end.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because we already know about the Daleks and the Cybermen. They're asking.
Yeah.
I hope
I'm
they
sure.
bring back the
I'm
mask.
sure it's coming back.
And who would have
I'd say-
ever?
Go ahead.
Who would have ever thought that like some like out there like mainstream magazine like People or Entertainment Weekly would have Doctor Who on the cover and have Platt there as the Master returning? Who would have thought that? Like no one knew who the hell Doctor Who was mainstream.
That's how mainstream it is now, bro. That's how it is now, which is really good. That's a good thing. The more mainstream it gets, the better it is for everybody. Because then, you know what? You don't have to worry about it being canceled.
It's true.
Yeah. And I don't think you have to worry about them pandering to any, new groups, because it was a, brave decision to go with Capaldi. They're not pandering to anybody. There's no fangirls or nothing. It's just they're going to keep on doing what they're doing. And that's awesome.
Mike D, you want to read the article, the first article?
Yeah, let me pull this up. What do we have? Are we talking about the different but still unmistakably? Okay. Capaldi states that although the new Doctor is a contrast to his predecessors, concerned fans shouldn't worry too much. He says, quote, the constituency of the audience needs to be reassured that it's fine. Whether it's fine or not, I'm not sure. The Doctor is as he's always been, and he's also totally different. that's the great thing about Doctor Who. It carries its past with it all the time. So he brings the past with him, even if he's different. I think if people think he's different, they're really meaning in contrast to Matt Smith or David Tennant, who are both very amiable. He's probably not as user-friendly as they are, but he's still unmistakably Doctor Who. And he adds, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for every single Doctor that there's been before him. So I just sort of stand on their shoulders. It's due to each and every one of their individual talent and charisma and gifts that the show is still here. So I don't have a specific Doctor that I look to. I look to them all, and I do look to them all.
Okay. Pretty cool. Tim, you want to read anything?
Well, shouldn't we discuss that? I think I agree with that 100%. I agree with that 100%. I mean, he's right on. He's right on. He's like saying, you know what? Okay, the last two guys were, cute and whatnot, and that was cool. But I'm just as cool as they are because, you know what? I'm carrying all the weight of these other Doctors, too, that are also cool. So...
Well, and just because, obviously Smith and Tennant were younger guys doesn't mean Capaldi's any less handsome as a guy, He's just
he's not any less awesome as the Doctor, I think is what we're going to find out. Is that this show isn't about young dudes running around acting cool. It's about Doctor Who, which is what the show has been for 50+ years now. So
it's not American Idol Time Lord edition.
Yeah,
like talent contest. Yeah, exactly.
Wow. Well, when it first started out, it was like an older type guy. William Hartnell was older, Patrick Troughton was older, Burley was older, so...
Yeah. Peter Davison wasn't. But...
No, but here's the thing. As much as people like to poke fun at fangirls and stuff, their opinion is just as valid as anybody else's. If they join the show and they like, their young Doctor, you know what? That's cool. That's cool for them. But I mean... Hopefully they'll grow up from that and graduate into a position where they can respect another Doctor, Peter Capaldi.
We can still tease them nonetheless, but it's all in good fun.
First song, Capaldi would be the first Doctor.
Yeah, at the end of the day, there's no bad opinion of Doctor Who. If you have an opinion of Doctor Who, it's a good opinion. That's my point.
Unless you say it sucks.
Well, yeah.
And then we have to just point out, well, you suck, of course.
Well, who has time for that?
Yeah, Doctor Who definitely doesn't suck. That's for sure. So.
And I guess to add to that, I maybe like some others within our group were expecting Capaldi to be, I guess, a little bit more like Pertwee, I guess, for his costuming reasons as well as the fact he's. But after having watched the leaked first episode, he comes off a bit more like a Tom Baker William Hartnell combo. Very alien.
That's the point. You don't know what you're getting. He's going to be brilliant either way.
Yeah, and I still don't think he settled into who he is. By the end of that episode.
No.
We can't spoil. No spoilers, but
no spoilers. No spoilers.
No spoilers.
That's not a spoiler. I wasn't getting specific about anything. I was just saying that as far as his... I mean, we already knew that
yes.
It was already reported that his personality was going to take some time to settle in.
We knew that he was going to be awesome.
Yeah.
Even when we announced that he was the Doctor, and that was like one of the highest rated Whovians casts. 105. Yeah.
I mean, the moment that you saw him briefly in the 50th, that's when I knew that this is the type of... I knew right away Capaldi's going to be the type of Doctor that's just going to blow your mind and blow the part out of the park.
Blow your mind out of the park.
Right. Yeah.
I hope that's...
Blow your park out of the mind. Yeah.
Yeah.
What was with the, maybe I missed it this past week, but the trailer that leaked, something that had him sitting on top of the TARDIS?
Yeah,
listen. Yeah, what was that all about?
I can't tell you what the episode's about.
Oh, okay. Yeah, never mind.
It was just a teaser trailer. I guess it's about maybe episode 4, because that's the name of the episode or something. There's no spoiler there.
That makes sense now.
But yeah, he's just sitting on the TARDIS and he says, listen, that's it, pretty much. It was like a 10, 11, 12-second trailer, so it wasn't anything significant. You would have thought they would have put that before the last full trailer we got, but I'm guessing in the next week or so, we'll get another trailer and possibly a mini prequel or something, possibly. So.
Right.
I forgot that was referencing the episode title, because you and I had talked about that episode a couple of weeks ago, so yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Damn it, bring back the Master. I demand we see him this season.
Yes.
Charles Dance.
In any capacity, yes.
And
I'm just
you will
hoping I'm still hoping I'm still want Charles
Cinema
Dance.
or otherwise. Yeah.
I'm still hoping and want Charles Dance to be the Master.
They keep open.
So as it is now, they have not revealed anything about who Charles Dance is playing this season, correct? But we do know Charles Dance is in it.
No, they've never said he's going to be in it.
Okay, that's what I'm trying to clear up.
Nah, we don't know that he's in it at all.
Okay.
I mean, it's speculative because he got killed off on one show, but I mean, possibly. But and that made everybody go, "Hey,
oh, come on,
bring him on,
dude! He's dead on Game of Thrones. Cut it out."
Yeah, that's what I meant.
We got the second story here about apparently it's involving Capaldi's costuming. Says Moffat talked to Capaldi about the costume, said that although Capaldi was mainly responsible for picking out the costume, Moffat wanted to avoid a quote-unquote circus clown look. I wonder what he means by that. Moffat tells SFX, yeah, a little tongue twister there. Capaldi wanted to be quite stark and skinny, a stick insect sort of thing. Clara actually calls him a gray-haired stick insect at one point. We had some hilarious pictures of Peter just dressing up. It was all coming from him because he's really into his clothes. I didn't feel qualified to go and chat too much about it. Certainly the costume didn't go anywhere until I shut up. The thing I've learned about showrunning is you need to know the bits you're bad at. I've got certain things to say anything in that costume, and I have to write into the script. I don't want people saying, well, why are you dressed as a circus clown? I want him to walk into a pub, a restaurant, space conference, army base, and nobody stares at him. However, Moffat says the final costume did bring up its own concerns. There was an issue simply because it's quite dark as a costume, and it's a show that largely takes place in a tunnel. I kept saying, we are going to be able to see him, aren't we? I suppose the red lighting helps when the flaps are open. Moffat also reveals that there will be a number of outfits throughout the course of the run. I think there's always something a little bit formal about the Doctor. Oddly enough, in the series, for whatever reason, he seems to be wearing different outfits far more often than the Doctor normally does. He's got his basic outfit, but he's in a spacesuit in one of the episodes, and he's a caretaker in another one of the episodes. Then he's all dressed up in another episode. He does vary it a bit. He mixes up the basic costume hugely. We've tended to see the white shirt version in public, but actually the one I like the best is when he wears the jumper under his coat. I think he looks more like a submarine commander, like an old sailor or something. It makes him all rugged and handsome.
That's cool. That is cool because I've always wondered, like, why does the Doctor just change outfits between episodes? Because the girl always, the companion always does. She always gets something new to wear each episode, whereas the Doctor kind of sticks with what he's got. And I thought, you know what? How cool would that be if the Doctor got to just change between every episode, just keep the same basic outline? But you know what? This week I'm wearing this shirt, and this week I'm wearing this shirt, and I'm gonna do this next week, and maybe some different boots or something.
Well, I guess in the classic series, who did we have that varied his costume?
None of them.
Pertwee did. He tended to go through.
Boyd made a dark.
Yeah, but he had two. Baker had three. Yeah. Pertwee, I think, had more than.
Tom Baker,
Baker
had the same outline every time, but but different colors. Like sometimes have green, sometimes have red, sometimes have blue.
Burgundy. So, the smoking jackets he'd vary. I think he had more than the other classics because, like, Baker had the early bohemian look, and then he had the kind of light sort of frock jacket look that he had, like in Seeds of Doom, and then he had the burgundy John Nathan Turner years look, and then Davison always had the same look, didn't he? Didn't he always have the cricket outfit?
Uniform.
Yeah.
And Colin Baker, of course, the clown outfit.
What's up, Chris?
Hey, what's going on?
Chris. And then, McCoy, of course, had the tan and the dark. Those the two basic ones with that, so.
Well, that was what I was saying, though. I mean, it's cool that they're giving him the opportunity to wear something different every episode, maybe, instead of, like the companions usually do.
Yeah.
How much more difficult, really, would it be to get, if the costume designers have to get it for everybody else, why not the Doctor?
Exactly.
Yeah, he should have.
It makes a little bit more sense with the Doctor from a marketing standpoint, though, because if you're going to market that character, he has to have an iconic look. That's why, as far as marketing's concerned, that's why you can't vary, Superman's look too much or Batman's look too much, because it's marketable. You have to have that some consistency to a look to market it.
Well,
correct?
if that's true, then just have one defining thing that Doctor, like Matt Smith, he had the bow tie, so everything he would wear.
On the other hand, isn't that why Princess Ardala had so many different? Every time you saw her in a different scene, she was wearing something else, so they could sell that many more dolls or whatever. So
Yeah, that's true.
it is what it is. It's all about marketing.
But Star Wars, actually, the reason why they focused so much on that was Lucas had on the back end a lot tied up with the actual marketing firsthand with him himself, with the toys, the action figures, all that. I think it's more like.
Well, still, she should have just worn a T-shirt that said "sellout" on it, because that would have been,
yeah, probably.
Yeah, wasn't she the first Star Wars character to become like a Barbie or something?
No, I mean, my point was that how obvious is that?
I don't know
Every time
that.
you see the character, she's wearing something else, and you're in a 2-hour movie, and the girl shows up wearing something different every scene, no matter what's going on. And so, I mean, you're just like, really? You sell that many action figures? Okay.
Well, I guess, but I guess we can actually look at it the other way around and also say, when I say Matt Smith, the Doctor, what do you think of? Bow tie, right? Which is an article of clothing. So they're not. The reason why is we correlate that Doctor with that bow tie, like Peter Davison's Doctor, celery, cricket outfit, like Tom Baker, scarf. I mean, it's all costuming, and that's why it's because it's so iconic. It's so iconic with those Doctors, the costuming, as opposed to Princess Amidala, which it's not. We don't think right away of costuming.
Amidala.
Yeah, it's Queen.
Queen Amidala.
I guess if I cared about the prequels, that might matter. But
yeah, me too. I couldn't possibly care less. I was just pointing out that sometimes they take it to the extreme. They want to sell more toys. That's why they do that. Yeah. And they're not doing that with Doctor Who, because, in other words, Capaldi might wear some different shirt or different jacket every episode, but it's just because finally they're wising up and saying, you know what, maybe he doesn't need to be that iconic. Maybe he's the Doctor, and everybody knows that.
Well, let me ask you, and with a quick reply. When I say the Master, what do you think of?
Tissue compression eliminator.
I mean, as far as aesthetics.
Beard.
Yeah.
Black.
Yeah. Not necessarily, because my favorite one is the one that was emaciated. So.
Well, then you think of bacon, right?
Basically.
Or somebody's cooking something. I smell it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a great Master, by the way. But I think the Doctors are really closely tied in with their clothing. With this series, there's something about that really, like Pertwee, it's the frilly shirts and the velvet smoking jackets, and I mean, you go through Baker with the scarf, Davison with the cricket, the clown outfit for Colin Baker, and I love Colin Baker, and I loved his run. I'm not making fun of him or mocking him in any way, but you remember multicolored, over-the-top colors of the 80s.
I like the two Doctors when he didn't really wear the jacket. It was trying to smash somebody with the rock. He was trying to choke somebody out. He was more relaxed look in the two Doctors.
And I always, speaking of the two Doctors, I always felt so sorry for, I forget the two characters. Who was the butterfly catchers? Remember the two characters? Do you remember their names?
The guy that eats food?
No, that was the Androgam. I'm talking about the two humans. It was Francesca or something, or...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think that was it.
Yeah, it was her and the guy, because doesn't the guy die?
Yeah.
I always felt bad for the guy. Ever since I was a kid watching that, I was like, oh, man, they kill that guy. But at least he doesn't get eaten by Shock Eye, I guess.
Yeah, Shock Eye.
I don't really like that special.
Oh, come on. What's the matter with you?
You don't like the two
Really?
doctors? Why?
Uh,
What didn't you like about that?
So. I thought it was okay.
That was great. Are you crazy? Come
I
on.
like the black and white. It starts with the black and white with kind of a throwback to the Troughton years, and then it just like throws you into
I
the
liked
color.
it too.
Did you like that, Chris?
I never
I
saw
like that a lot.
The one I liked the best for like a multi-doctor story back then was the Three Doctors.
Well, that wasn't really. I mean, it was during the season. It wasn't really. Wasn't anniversary, wasn't it, or not really?
That was 73, so it was 10-year anniversary, right?
No,
Wasn't that
not
73?
73. It was 80.
He said the Three Doctors. That was
I'm talking
73.
about two doctors. I'm talking about.
Oh, the Two Doctors was 86, wasn't it?
Yeah, but that wasn't an anniversary, was it?
I'm not
Was it
saying
like
that.
It was a regular episode, wasn't it?
I'm not saying that it's an
No.
anniversary. I'm just saying in general, as a multi-doctor story,
Wasn't
I
that
like
just a
that the
regular
least.
episode, though?
was,
Wasn't
80,
it? Was that an
80
anniversary?
was it 85 or 86? Tim probably knows more so than I about the year on
Five
that.
Doctors was
83.
8.
And that was
But
the
that wasn't
20th
an
anniversary.
Yeah, but it wasn't really an anniversary. The two doctors, right?
If anything, that would have been the 25th. Was that the season where they... Well, what was it, actually? Maybe that was just a special episode.
Maybe.
Because we had 3 doctors, 5 doctors,
No,
and then...
that wasn't.
Because how long was Doctor Who on? Like,
No, that wasn't. Let me see. I want to look it up.
89 to 63 was 26 years. Because if it was 63 to 89...
But I like the Three Doctors the best out of all the multi-doctors.
Who's your
Back
favorite
then.
classic series companion, Brian? I know you're a big Davison fan.
It was the fourth story in season 22.
My favorite classic companion.
Yeah.
I guess it would have to be I guess
You want to say Perry, don't you?
no.
No, he wants to say Adric. I know. Adric, right?
Ooh, I would have to say probably
The Brigadier,
Ace.
that's right.
Ace.
Okay. Well, Ace is cool, too.
Well,
You
thanks,
can't
Jeff.
go wrong with Joe, Sarah Jane, the Brigadier,
Oh,
Ace.
I agree.
Leela.
Battlefield was a good one.
Yeah.
Brigadier.
Yeah, Leela was cool too.
Jamie?
I like
Yeah.
Leela.
Battlefield
Romana.
was really
Yeah.
the last Brigadier big story. I mean,
Which
know.
one?
Battlefield.
Well, you know,
Oh,
in poor Sarah
yes.
Kingdom, she never gets her credit as being a companion, the one that
Actually,
died.
she does. She does though. I mean, because it's
Really?
weird. Big Finish ran with that football. They got
Oh,
you know.
well, see, I'm not familiar with Big Finish at all, so I stand corrected.
Well, I mean, it's just amazing that they were able to do so much with a character that was only in one series, and it's pretty much dubious whether or not she's a companion or not. I mean, supposedly, although she's always on the list. So yeah.
And
I mean,
yeah,
I was just gonna say for a companion that appeared in what 9 episodes in one series, one serial, and then was killed off. It's always been like a question whether or not she was actual companion or not. But ever since I've been around, I've seen her on the list. So there you go. So
all right.
See, I often wondered if Shockeye, the Androgam, would ever get a hold of the Peking homunculus and try and cook him at like a barbecue or something. A little odd reference, but you know.
I had a debate with David about the two doctors that was a future incarnation, revisiting the same face of the second Doctor,
What?
Way before
Well,
the curator really knew
Well,
about it.
they do have that. Tim's probably aware of that particular storyline, but the whole thing about the Second Doctor being involved with the Time Lord CIA, their version of that, where he kind of goes on special assignments for them.
Right.
It was called like what was the name of that? It's like the
6B,
yeah.
season 6B. Yeah, that kind of thing. Yeah,
Because
I don't know.
it explains why like he and Jamie are together, but Victoria's not with them. Is that correct?
Well, they mentioned that they dropped her off somewhere at the beginning of the episode.
He somehow got their memories back. Because he's older, the Doctor, and so is Jamie, so he's got their own control.
Probably not supposed to notice that. What I like about it, though, in Doctor Who is that you don't have to know. Is that there's all these gaps, and it's cool. It's cool having gaps, because that way there's no explanation.
The Sixth Doctor had no memories of that at all.
But was okay? Hold on, let's think about this. Did Troughton ever travel just with Jamie solely?
No.
Okay, so they pretty much had to.
Screen. Well, okay.
So they had to fit it in. Because at the time, hold on. You finish what I'm saying. At the time, they didn't have Big Finish or these other resources of stories. So as far as like, I guess the producers and the TV series were concerned, our only like adventures we had with the Doctor was on television. So they didn't really have a time that they could fit that in with. Other than that.
Well, there are a few minutes in between the time he dropped off. Ben and Polly left, and before. I mean, those adventures run through each other. Okay, there's a better prospect for that whenever Victoria leaves, and before they end up going to the space station where Zoe's at. So you could probably squeeze some in there with just the two of them, if you wanted to. Yeah.
Was that Wheel in Space?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's up, Phil?
Hey, Phil.
And he's muted.
But I'm not 100% sure, because the beginning of Wheel in Space sees them saying goodbye to Victoria again. So, I mean, it would be like kind of hard to squeeze something in there. In other words...
Well, but actually that could explain that, because we would have had time with just he and Jamie in between those episodes to actually do the two Doctors, right?
It's possible. That's what I mean.
If one overlooks the age progression of both actors, that is, right?
Yeah.
Okay. That sounds good. We'll go with that.
I'm still not sure you can squeeze it in there, though, because, in other words, the Wheel in Space opens with them leaving Victoria again, so it might be... In other words, the way they did it in the 60s was that one serial would run into the next, so, I mean, it was always like... It's hard to fit any gaps in there. You might be more inclined to do it when they left... it still wouldn't work there. I was going to say, whenever they left...
Could it be an explanation, let's say, like, after War Games, but before he regenerated... Could the Time Lords have kind of retconned what they had done to Jamie to put the Second Doctor and Jamie together for them so that he would have help?
Well, that's where you get the season 6B theory from.
My theory is that right before they made him regenerate, they plucked him. He had all those memories, and then he just put him back.
And we know the Time Lords would do that. They would be that petty as to, like, hey, do us a favor, Doctor. We're relying on you, but then when they don't need him, they're just like, oh, this guy's a nuisance.
Probably when he was in that process of regenerating, before he regenerated, like seconds before they took him. And then threw him back in.
Well, and the thing is, we'll never know. Like, it's just a matter of, like, saying, this is an interesting potential.
He could have been on an adventure that he got severely wounded, and they just zap him back to that point, and you would never know it, and he just regenerates anyway.
Well... I always thought that, like, that, when we see him in the two Doctors, I thought it was somewhere when he was the Second Doctor, like, during his... Well,
he already remembered regenerating, too, I think, or something like that.
Well, that's where they get that whole 6B theory from. I mean, it's been thrown around for a few decades.
The 50th anniversary teaches us that he could probably revisit old faces. He becomes that incarnation again.
Would he really pick that one to become, though? You think that was one of his favorite faces, or?
Yeah.
And so so what did he do? Just go back and pick Jamie out of time.
Yeah. Restored his memory and victorious, and
Then how come does that
the Sixth Doctor had no memory of that device that he had from TARDIS or any of those memories.
doesn't that kind of fly in the face of like the Doctor, like say with Rose? Why wouldn't he just go back to like, you know, like if he missed Rose or whatever, couldn't he just go back and pluck her out of time and just say, you know, I want you to.
No, because she's in the alternate universe, really. So.
It's implied in the episode that they just dropped Victoria off to study something somewhere, graphology, I think it was, and it's in the middle of those adventures they had with her. So it's never supposed to be that it was after that. It's by the fact that both actors are older. It's supposed to just take place in between the adventures they had with Victoria in season 5. So that's the whole thing that you get from it, really, unless Phil has anything else to say.
The master.
Can't hear him.
Still, just trying to give him a way in, but
It's just terrible tonight.
What I'm curious though about is how is he gonna like regenerate back into his previous incarnations?
he's not going to.
With practice. Maybe. I don't know. I think he eventually can.
Because wasn't the creator him in the future?
Maybe.
That's what we were, well, kind of. That's the leading theory right now, anyway.
Maybe they're implying that each Doctor has an afterlife that you don't see. That, you know.
No, I think flat out he could become those incarnations again.
Well, I don't know why you'd want to be 80 with a cane, though. I mean, you know.
Well,
Maybe he's living out that, like let's say maybe, and this is just a theory, though, like, if he regenerates into the fourth Doctor, he just lives that whole lifetime out, and that's why he was just older. It's possible.
Yeah.
Alright, gang, I gotta go, because I gotta go to bed. Gotta go to work.
Oh, this is a great discussion.
Continue.
We're getting into good
I know.
stuff.
Well, we're going to continue this actually on a bigger format on a Zoom 2 nights from now. Friday night, we're going to make a big thing out of it. I think we're going to get like at least 20 people in there. I'm going to go deep with the second Doctor, 2 Doctors episode. In fact, watch the episode. We'll come back. We'll review the episode. And we'll make a massive debate about it.
Well, if you'd like, we can actually discuss the whole thing about like how each of the incarnations of the Doctor like kind of step over each other with things in those particular episodes.
Right. But that one episode, he had no memories of the Sixth Doctor, of that whole adventure as the second Doctor, which is pretty interesting. So we would definitely do this Friday night.
Alright.
Watch 2 Doctors. We'll review the episode, and we'll make a massive discussion of theories. We'll get David on here, too, because me and him talked about this a while ago.
And watch out for the terrible Zodin.
Yes.
Wait, this Friday, Joe?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm going to a baseball game tomorrow, so I can't do it.
I might not be there for that Zoom thing.
Alright, we will.
Because
We'll get your view.
I'm going to see Guardians of the Galaxy Friday,
So am I. Alright. Alright, I actually might go see it tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm going tomorrow night.
Alright, guys. Good night. Take care. Bye for now. 2 Doctors, Friday.
Bill says hello and goodbye.
Hello and goodbye.